Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a sort of review. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the brand new, after 2 episodes, Berserk anime for 2016. And spoiler warning, if you guys haven't seen the first 2 episodes of Berserk yet, so I really just couldn't wait to give my thoughts on this one because I am an old school fan of Berserk. I first saw Berserk, the original anime, I think on television when I want to say probably about 11 or 12 years old, something like that. And ever since then, I've loved the series and gone through most of the manga, not absolutely all of it, because it's pretty long, man. It's been released off and on for over 20 years now. Kentaro Miura has done a pretty great job. I think he did a much better job earlier on in the early days of Berserk, and now it's kind of fizzled out, and he only releases a new chapter kind of when he feels like it. And the story's going on a bit long. I feel like sometimes it's not so bad for things to end, and maybe he should wrap it up. But we'll see if he ever does. Maybe he'll just leave it open forever, and that's just kind of how it's going to be, unless he gets back on it. So I was really excited to hear that there's going to be a new Berserk anime 2016, and because it's always one that we had the original anime, and then we had the OVAs in that, and of course the manga has been out for pretty much ever. So you've had 3 different versions or 3 different iterations. There's video games as well too that go through some of the story, but we have never had an animated version of Berserk go past the end of the Golden Age arc. Usually you have, there's about 5 story arcs you can break it up into. I'll put the link in the description to the wiki for Berserk so you guys can check it out. First 2, you have Black Swordsman arc and you have the Golden Age arc. Now this is something a lot of people are upset about, and I am totally not. I am totally on the opposite side of them with regards to this one. People are upset that they skipped in this anime the first 2 story arcs. So they're upset that they skipped the Black Swordsman arc, and they're upset that they skipped the Golden Age arc. And they're probably the best parts of Berserk. However, they've already been done twice over with the OVAs and the original anime, and they both stopped at about the same part, the eclipse pretty much, or just after. So we have never, and that's just a small portion. Those 2 arcs are, I mean, the amount of chapters those take up is like a third of what's been released. So 2/3 of the story has never been animated. It's never been translated into anime form. And with this new one in 2016, that's what we're getting to see. We're starting it at the Conviction arc after the Golden Age arc. And I am just like 100% yes, because the issue is that the other anime and the OVA both ended at the same part, and they've only gone through a third of the story that's been released so far. So why would I want to see another one after we just got the OVAs a few years ago? And the anime's great. You can watch the anime anytime. It's been out forever now, like since the 90s or so, late 90s. I mean, why would you want to see them start again from the very beginning and go and retread all that OVA territory and all that territory just to get to the point where we finally get to see some of the stuff that's never been animated into anime form? I'm 100% behind the developers in this one. I think that it's a great idea to skip that stuff because you can watch the other anime if you want to get the first 2 story arcs. You can even watch the whole thing streaming online. You can watch the OVAs in about, let's see, each one's a couple hours, so like 6 hours or so, somewhere around there, 5 or 6 hours. And you can have all that story. And then you can get into the new anime with the Conviction arc, and you can see, all of the new stuff that they're adapting now that's never been adapted. So I am very happy story-wise with what they're doing with the Berserk 2016 anime. I'm ecstatic. And they also put in the intro, and they put in the outro, and they put in at some parts some flashback sequences for Guts for those 2 arcs from some important parts, some very important parts. If you've already seen them, you're watching it and you're seeing it in new anime, and you're like, oh man, I remember this part. I remember the eclipse. I remember Casca and what happened and all that. Other people who are new viewers, they're going to be like, what the hell? What is, they don't get it, right? Well, just watch the OVAs. Like I said, about 5 or 6 hours and you'll get it. You'll get it all. So, man, really excited for it. Now, after seeing the first episode, I wasn't that impressed with it. The second episode, I think, is a lot better in terms of the art. The art for the premiere somebody dropped the ball. The art for it is awful. It's CG mixed with anime. The anime parts look awesome, and there are certain, like the intro looks awesome, the outro looks awesome. There are certain parts that look great, and then there's other parts that, like with the CG where it's like it zooms in too much, or it's like it just doesn't. I don't know. It just looks weird to me. And like Guts, for example, will punch a guy in the face, and it's like so stiff. He's like poof, like this, and it's just like it just looks so weird in anime form, and that's unfortunate because you really need with Berserk. I think one of the best things about it being converted into anime is you get to see the motion of some of these awesome action sequences because it's a very action-heavy story. You have Guts. He's swinging Dragon Slayer. He's swinging his sword, and he's cutting people in half and all this shit. It allows for some awesome interpretation with regards to the, getting to take the original artwork from the manga, translate it, make it look great in action format. So, unfortunately, in the premiere, we didn't get that. In episode 2, it looks a lot better to me. I'm like, okay, I can get into this. I can dig this. This really is not that bad. And, the more anime parts of it versus the CG, the better for me. I like the anime. I guess you could call me old school, but I personally like anime better than CG. I'd even prefer, if people ask me which version of Berserk should I watch for the beginning, the OVAs versus the anime, I'd probably say go with the anime. It's longer, it's going to be more episodes, but more time. But I think it's worth it because, it's got some beautiful art and everything. And the OVAs look great too at certain parts, but this is kind of more closer to the OVAs in terms of the artwork, which is fine. Just the CG looks weird sometimes, is basically what I'm saying. That said, I like the first 2 episodes. The brand and everything is cool. You get all the demons come out and that kind of thing, as usual. And he's kicking all kinds of ass, blood everywhere, and all kinds of stuff. Like I said, second episode probably better than the first one. But I'm not sure, how long this is going to go, how long the anime is going to last. I really hope, as a big fan of Berserk, that this one, 24 episode series. So it's going to be like a piece of it. Hopefully, we'll see if it gets further than that. It's going to be a chunk of the story again adapted. And unfortunately, it's just Berserk. It sounds like to me that maybe it will never ever be fully adapted all the way through into an anime. May never happen. We'll see, or at least no time soon. I would like to see, in a perfect world, you see, a company come in and develop it from the very first issue of the manga all the way up until the final one that we have now. But that will probably never happen. So we'll see. But I am happy they're covering a different part than the other series, the other anime and OVAs did. And so far, I'm 100% into it. Love Berserk. I love, dark fantasy. Awesome series. And, love to see a new interpretation for it. Just wish the art was handled a little better. So I'm more positive than negative with this one. Hopefully the art is more like episode 2 and it gets even better as we go. We'll see. And hopefully it gets some more episodes than that, because if it is 24 episodes, as it says in the wiki, that's definitely not enough to cover even like that won't cover much in terms of Berserk. It just won't get too far. So hopefully we'll see. Hopefully it goes on past that and we can get a good portion of the story. I'm happy to get any of it because we've never got this part adapted before. So let me know what you guys think if you got a chance to check out Berserk. It is brutal, it is fun, it is crazy, it is sometimes sexual, craziness, and it's pretty awesome, man. It's definitely pretty awesome, and I'm looking forward to episode 3. Let me know what you guys think if you got a chance to check it out. I've recommended the series before last year. The people check it out who like Game of Thrones and anime, because I think if you do, you really like Berserk. And if you like this video, guys, please don't forget to thumb it up below. Also, you can share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to see more Berserk-related videos from me, then go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left and just tell me in a comment what you want to see. Maybe I could review episode 3 and do like a weekly recap or something if you guys are interested in it. If enough of you are, then I'll probably do it. If not, then I probably won't. It's up to you guys. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again real soon for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.
You better subscribe.